So it is a wedding marriage. Marrying your mistress.
Oh, you know, that's my daughter here.
Here we go. All right, good morning. I call this meeting of the Young County Commissioners Court to order. Let the record show it's 9:30 a.m. 4 of the 5 members of the court are present. Unfortunately, Commissioner Cresswell is having some health issues and he is not going to be here. We're streaming live on our YouTube channel. If you're watching and you'd like to call in and make a comment, you may call in on 940-221-2107. If you're able, please stand for our invocation and pledges. Commissioner Wiley has the honors.
Father, we come before you today and say thank you, Father. We say thank you for a new day of mercy and grace. Father, we ask you, Father, to go with us and guide and direct us today. As we have our meeting here, we ask, Father, for wisdom, guidance, and direction in all we say and all we do. Father, we thank you for this opportunity to serve in this position, Father, in this capacity. We thank you for the blessings of it. Father, we ask today, Lord, that you go with Stacy, Lord, as he has his procedure. We just ask that you be with the doctors and all the physicians around, Father. We ask, Father, for a quick recovery in that, Father, in that situation be taken care of. Father, be with our first responders today out there in the world. We just ask that you protect them, Father, go with them, guide, direct them, bless them, and bless their families. And Father, we love you and praise you and thank you for gifts we feel that you. We ask all this in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Alrighty, we'll move to item number 3, public comments. Is there anyone here who'd like to do a public comment?
Just stand right here?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Make sure you state your name so we can get it for the
Okay.
record.
My name is Kim Birdwell, and I'm here to say that I'm against the data center in Young County. And yes, it's personal to me because I live about a mile from it, but it's more than that. Our limited water resources, our electricity usage, specific workforce needed that Young County doesn't have, large construction crews brought in that have no place to live while they're working, potential health concerns, environmental impact, noise, light pollution, and no regulations. I do not believe that the good it may bring to our county will ever outweigh the bad. I would ask that you not give abatements to this project and others like it. Let them pay what everybody else pays. I'd give my remaining minutes to Travis Kunkel.
Travis Kunkel, as she alluded to. A couple questions for you right quick. Actually, the first statement is, we would like to have the design of the data center so that we can kind of take a look at things. You know, we've been told it's going to be air-cooled. We've also told that it's going to be closed-loop. We don't know. So as we sit here and we look at this as a group of citizens, we really have generally no idea which one's coming in. Now, you guys are going to Garland, I believe, tomorrow to look at
2R.
2R, okay. And I believe that one is air-cooled as well, but is it representative of what is actually going to come in this county? We have no idea.
We don't either. They haven't designed it yet because I don't think they have their tenant yet. So, I mean, everything is super general at this point.
Okay.
Hey, this is not as far down the road as I think everyone thinks it is.
Okay.
There is, because I've asked the same question, they haven't even started designing it.
Okay, that's fair. That's a piece of information that we all need. How far along is it, would you say?
So, from what I can gather is they have an option to purchase the land.
Okay.
They are working on a study with Encore to see if they can purchase electricity from Encore. And they are working to try to figure out who would occupy the data center.
Okay.
And I think that's as far along as it is.
Okay. One other question for you, and there is a question in the community on why has this just now come up when it appears that the knowledge about this data center, the genesis of it was last year, but we
I wrote on my weekly Facebook, my State of the County Facebook post, I wrote about it on February 22nd, put a really long thing about it.
Right.
This is, as far as I'm concerned, it's been openly discussed for a while. I
Okay.
mean, at least I've been openly talking about it.
Okay, so the first that we saw about it was actually, yes, February from the Only Enterprise,
Well,
not
I
in
mean-
the Grand Leader, right?
I don't know why the Graham leader didn't. I mean, we've talked about it here in Commissioner's Court. It's if you read through my Facebook posts, I mean, I've mentioned it numerous times that I've talked to data center
Correct.
representatives. So it hasn't been a secret.
Okay. One final request. Is it possible that we could have citizens go with the two commissioners to Garland tomorrow?
I don't know. They have to clear. They
Okay.
have to. There's a security thing as far as who they let in and out. I don't know.
Okay. Is it possible one of you guys could look into it and get back with us?
I can ask them. I don't know if it might be. I mean, they're going tomorrow morning, so
For sure.
it may not be. It may not be soon enough to do it.
Okay.
But I would say, I mean, you can look on Stream's website,
Yep.
and all their data centers in the Metroplex are there. I mean, you can go up to them and walk around the exterior of them. You can hear, what type of noise they're publicly available to you as far as maybe not going inside,
Correct.
but you can see the buildings, walk around the buildings, stand in the parking lot. I mean, it's not like it's Area 51.
Yeah. The reason for that is that, as you guys walk through, you're gonna have, a series of questions will be asked, a series of answers will be generated, right?
Yeah.
And it would be good for the public to be able to hear
Yeah.
those answers and at the same time ask relevant questions as well, instead of waiting until Stream comes.
They're
next year.
going to come do a big town hall meeting at some point.
Okay.
But we are so early in the process, at least I believe we're early in the process.
Okay.
They haven't even heard from Encore whether or not they can get electricity or not.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
My name is Ryan Moat. I'm here also to make a couple statements about being against the data center. If I could ask anyone here that is opposed to the data center to stand for just a couple minutes, I'd appreciate it. I understand a couple commissioners are going to see a site. If it's the DFW 7 Stream Data Center site, it's on 22.6 acres. We know it's not comparable to an 885-acre site. So I would ask commissioners to try and set up a different meeting at a different location more representative of the site that we're talking about. And that Mr. Kunkel's comments, and then invite a group of people for and against to understand and hear in plenty of time to be able to get security clearance to do so. I would ask, the public wants full transparency, right? So we can stand in court, we can go to city council meetings, we can go to these different events. I would ask, especially after going to the data center site, that in the next 30 days, that we have a series of town hall meetings that the commissioners put on across the county in different locations to communicate with the public, hear what their concerns are, and have an engaging conversation with them, rather than the one-on-ones that we're having back and forth in close orders, right? I've had the luxury to go meet with you, Judge, and I appreciate that time, but I think that the public wants to hear from you all and be able to express their concerns in a more open forum, and not after a consultant has been hired to be able to run a town hall. We want to hear it now before it's too late, unlike a solar farm. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
all.
Yes, sir.
Harwood Johnson. Question, is the solar farm and the data center dependent on each other, whether they'll come to Young County?
No. They're separate.
Have they had discussions that you're aware of about buying the electricity that the solar farm would produce?
I would, yes, and I think that has happened within the last week or two. Like they've just started talking to each other.
Have y'all promised them a tax rebate?
No,
No.
no.
Thank you.
Mhm. Anyone else? Yes, sir?
Mr. Graham, I saw in your Facebook post that one of the benefits of this data center might possibly be, you should we have part way ahead of the
I'm sorry, can you speak up just a little bit? I'm having a hard time hearing you.
I saw on Facebook where you posted that there's a possibility that the data center can be partially annexed in the city of Graham, helping with its financial woes.
Mhm.
Is that true?
Yes, I mean, it is possible, yes.
Okay. Has it been talked about?
Yes.
It's part of the plan.
What?
It's part of the plan.
It is it's not, I mean, there is no plan. It is an idea that, it is an idea that has been floated.
The reason I asked that question, I have a good friend that told me that they were investing in land for the data center, which would cure the woes of the city of Graham, financial woes. And that's the reason I asked the question.
Yeah, I mean, if it got annexed into the city of Graham, it would be a silver bullet for fixing the Water Street sewer problems that the city of Graham has.
In their bond rating,
And they're what?
in their bond rating, the city of Graham's bond rating,
I have no idea, but I don't know what the city of Graham's bond rating is.
we had this one notch above junk.
Okay, I don't know. I'm not part of the
You
city.
didn't know that? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not part of the city.
Thank you.
I'm part of the county. Any other questions or any other announcements?
Hi.
Yes.
My name is Stephanie Branson. I just worry about, I'm opposed to it obviously, worried about what kind of stress it will have on the EMS system
Yeah,
and also police
sure.
and fire.
I agree. I share those concerns. Anything else? Hi.
Or you can go first. Good morning, sir.
Hello.
Has any of the companies involved with either solar, any solar farm, or the data center, have they come forward with any concrete offers that they're ready to put in writing as far as what they want in trade for a tax?
So the solar farm, the Eliceville Solar Farm formally sent in a request for a tax payment. So yes, they have put something in writing that, that the commissioners are looking at. Nothing's been decided. And we're gonna have a town hall next Wednesday, 5:30 at the Eliceville Volunteer Fire Department. And the developers for the solar farm are gonna be at that town hall. A great opportunity to ask questions of them directly. But yeah, they're the only ones that have sent in a formal request.
Is that formal request a public record?
It is not a public record. It is not a public record, just because it's a contract negotiation. It's
Is it
not.
potentially going to be discussed at the 5 November town hall?
That is, I mean, it could be, if that's questions you want to ask, but that's the plan for the data center, for the solar farm, is for everyone to ask questions of what's the solar farm going to look like? What, are you good, what are the chances you're going to build? I mean, whatever you want to ask them. What are some of the impacts of it? Whatever you want to ask them.
I'm sure it'll be fun. But
It's going to be fascinating.
but we get what we negotiate, and
Sure.
we need to negotiate better. Thank you.
I-
Better than what?
Hmm?
Better than what?
Better than what just rolling over like many communities have done and
Yeah.
accepting it because they think that business, without bringing in the jobs,
Yeah.
is going to increase their tax base, when in fact, we know that the solar farm has a 10-year shelf life, and then it's gonna be devalued next to nothing. And these data centers aren't really much better because their hardware upgrades are pretty fast and furious. So the owners of these facilities have an angle. We have to try to take advantage of what we can when we can. And if we get a bunch of jobs and new homes, that'd be awesome. But we know from the solar farms, we're not.
Yeah.
That's why
I agree.
we're not counting on our own strength to do that. We've hired outside help.
Yeah, but I agree 100% with you. It's, you get what you negotiate. I agree 100%.
But Commissioner, that's a point that I don't think a lot of people understand, that we have consultants working on the county's behalf,
Yes.
but we haven't seen any output from them or know
Mhm.
who they are. So that's awesome. However, it's not transparent.
So if a deal was to be done with the solar farm, there would be a public hearing scheduled for that. The documents would then be available for everyone to look at. There'd be time for everybody to read it. And that will happen if there was or is a deal to be done there.
I think everybody thinks that we're putting the cart before the horse and we're just gonna slide everything in and nobody's gonna know anything about what's going on. But there's a process in all this, and we have to go through the process before we can do all these things.
And delineate the process for the people so that they see it and they know what phase you're in. Just saying.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Has the county hired a professional consultant?
Yes. For what? For the solar farm, yes. For the solar farm.
For the
Yes.
solar farm?
Yes.
Has it done it for the data?
No.
No. Are they going to? Do you feel like you have the negotiating skills to deal with these professionals without a consultant?
I think it would be prudent to bring in an expert to help in that if we get to that point.
Yeah.
And we're nowhere close to that point today. On the data center, on the solar farm, we have hired a consultant. Yes.
I think that's one of the points that people are concerned about. The consultant that you hire, as we understand it, is being paid for with funds that the county's being reimbursed for, you've asked for, with Tapaderos to pay a consultant to consult the county. Is that correct?
So the solar farm has agreed to pay the county a fee for us to hire a consultant, that they're gonna pay us whether or not a deal gets done or not. Like they have agreed, no matter what, they're gonna pay us $20,000 to use for a consultant legal help.
That's the same attorney that's working, the consultant that's working in the Joint County, Jack County, to help them get that deal done.
So he's helping them with one of their solar farms. I know they've got, I don't know if he's done all their project. I know he's helping them with one of their deals.
It doesn't seem like a long transaction to me,
Why?
because they're being paid for it for people that stand to benefit.
Okay. I mean, I see your logic.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, Tony, I'll have to disagree because I've paid for mineral owners, agreed to pay their lawyer fees. And what it is just to be able to, discuss things with people that know the issues. And so I like negotiating with my
Did you hire
attorney.
their lawyer, Jordan?
No,
Okay.
and I don't think that they hired,
They hired the same one that
but these guys, I think.
They hired the same one that Tapaderos has been hiring for other counties.
No, Tapaderos didn't do it.
No.
No.
Not Tapaderos.
No.
You misspoke.
No.
The solar farm in the next county has been hired for them.
But it's not Tapadera, it's a different.
I said I misspoke. It's what they call it, Jack Talapena, what do they call that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our consultant, this is the only deal our consultant has ever looked at regarding Titus Tapaderos.
I have a question.
Regarding them, but other solar farms in the area they have.
Yes, please.
Amy Pratt. Okay, one of the things that y'all talk about is jobs. This is gonna bring in some
Uh-huh.
jobs. So I guess my question is, I've had a conversation with one of my sellers who I have a property listed,
Mhm.
and somebody with the database actually called my seller,
Database?
or the data center, sorry,
Okay.
and said, hey, I need 300 to 400 people temporarily placed. I need you to sell me your land. So I guess my question is, one of the things maybe you guys can confirm is, y'all are screaming jobs, but I don't know that they're looking to hire any of us if we needed that job. So obviously, we've got people calling for RV parks, constantly. So I guess that's one of my questions is, we're early enough in this, you're saying that we can find those answers out to, are these people gonna come in, they're gonna buy up this land, they're gonna leave us with RV parks, and then in years leave us with their data center?
So there's temporary jobs and then there's permanent jobs.
Where are the permanent jobs?
The permanent jobs are 20 to 30 permanent jobs per campus that they build. And those will have salaries between $80,000 to $120,000 each. And they're gonna be everything from security guards all the way up to data electricians to data specialists and
Do
stuff.
you know a percentage of how many of those people they bring in with them, or how many?
So what I've talked to several people about that, and what they have discovered is it's for them, it's beneficial for them to hire local people versus out of town people. And they make, and they make investments, they'll make investments in NCTC, they'll make investments in a high school. And a lot of the jobs they say are apprentice jobs where they can train people to do it. So they'll bring people in probably to start and then train the local people, train us to be able to work there. Plus there'll be plenty of jobs that our kids who decide to go off to college could have an opportunity to come back for.
If it's still working in the
Yeah,
years to come.
yeah, who knows, right?
Right.
I get you. Hi.
I've already stated my name, but now I'm
Yeah.
going to question follow-up. So if we're that early in the process, how do we know it's 11 buildings? How do they know how much power they need from the power company? How do we know how many jobs, what the pay is, all that without?
All we know right now is what they're telling us. And so that's all we know right now.
Okay.
And that's a fair point. I'm just,
I have a question. So.
all right, hang on. Someone was before you. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
Gary Overton. I have seen some supposedly diagrams of the land that is going to be where this process is located. Can you tell us unequivocally whether or not there have been people who have bought land or who own land, deals that have been made, or what have you?
The only, this is what I've been told, I've not seen the actual contract, but I believe the landowner has sold an option to purchase the land to the data center. So I believe the data center owns an option to purchase that land. They don't own the land, they own an option to purchase the land.
But that deal's already been made?
I believe it has been, yes.
And
But I have not seen the contract.
Who made that deal?
The landowner in the data center.
Okay.
Is there one landowner that encompasses all of the campus?
I don't know that 100%, but I know there's one landowner that owns at least a significant portion of it. But I don't know that. I have not seen those documents.
Go for it.
Okay.
Hey, is everybody who's spoken signed in? If you haven't, could you please sign in so we can get a spelling of your name? We do it afterwards, but
Yeah.
go ahead.
So my name's Cooper Dodd, and with anything new in the county, there's always rumors and speculation,
Sure.
right? I've heard rumors, and I was just like to have some confirmation or denial. Is there another data center going in Loving?
Not that I've heard of it. Possibly a solar farm.
Solar farm.
Do we know where that might be located?
Solar farm?
Yes.
Yes.
Where?
Part of it's gonna be on, Hawkins Chapel Road, part of it's gonna be over on Farmer Road. It's all owned by a brother and two sisters.
Brother and two sisters.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
So, and then, you didn't ask this, but I'm gonna volunteer this. Another data center developer approached us, and they have, I don't know what their relationship is, but they were talking about land that they had north of Lake Ram, that they just came in, they were just telling us that they were looking at it.
But they
Yeah.
have nothing concrete yet.
And is there a specific location north of Lake Graham? Because that could be many places.
Yeah, I know who the landowner is, but,
Somewhere on 1769.
yeah.
That's not good, I live there, where is that?
Not 2652. 2652.
Yeah, I mean, I can't point to it on the map, it's just
They
north,
didn't tell us or tell us.
they didn't even bring a map,
No.
Yeah,
but this is completely separate than the other data center.
well, it doesn't matter, it's still a data center.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same
My
issue,
family's
but a
been here
different
since
one.
the late 1800s,
Yeah.
and the land has been blood, sweat, and tears put on,
Mhm.
and I'm the fourth generation, and I'm not gonna sell, but I will make one hell of a racket.
Yeah.
Okay? That's not cool, I don't like it. Plain and simple.
Anyone else? Yes.
Hi, Melanie Carr. You talked about the general ice bill, that depending on where that goes, there'll be a, I think you said, like meetings and a vote and stuff. So if y'all decide to do abatements and stuff with them, will you ask for a vote with the community to get their opinion before you make a decision on abatements, or how does that work?
So the way that works, so we're having a town hall next Wednesday.
But you haven't decided on abatements yet, so the town can't vote on that because we don't know.
No, so what happens is if the commissioners decide to grant, work on an abatement deal, they'll declare a public hearing and we'll have a big discussion in here about that.
Okay, so it'll just be an open discussion, there's no vote asked for. You will not ask for a vote from your community.
There's not a community vote, there's not.
Okay, so will you do the same thing if you decide to talk to the data center and offer an abatement?
The data center would follow the same process, yes.
Okay, and then you just mentioned a different data center you recently talked to. What's the name of that data center company, so we could research that?
It's, give me just one second, I can find it. Data Vault.
Where are they out of? You know?
I don't know.
They didn't tell us where they
Yeah, and tell us where they're at.
Are they
I've only
contacting
spoken to them they came here one time. I had one 30-minute sit down with them. I haven't heard from them again. But yeah, Data Vault was the name of the company.
Thank you. And then one last question. You talked about the current data center talking to the electric company, but didn't they just purchase their own electric company? So why would they need to work with Encore? Can't they use their own that they already purchased?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Blackstone bought Texas, New Mexico Power.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know anything about that.
Well, you might want to ask them and research that, because they may have other power sources they can use.
But Texas, New Mexico Power purchases their power from Encore.
Yeah, Encore's a provider, not an electric. But I don't know if,
I'm saying Encore, whoever runs those big transmission lines.
That's on.
But then the Texas, New Mexico gets their power off of those big transmission lines. So I think it's kind of all the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, Encore manages the grid.
Yeah.
Texas New Mexico Power brings it to your house.
Yes, sir.
Jerry Overton again. I understand that there, in the Abilene area, there's a facility that's similar to what BB, let's say, erected in this area here, this county. Has a survey ever been done with the public in that area to find out what their, after this is all been done, to find out what their opinions are
So it's
now
a
that they.
Different, it's a different developer, I believe. It is a different developer, right? And it's a different developer.
But we should be able to find out what their opinions are at this time. Has any survey been done to find this out?
Not yet.
Is it gonna be done?
It's up to them.
Pardon?
You'd be up to
Well,
people
I
in
mean,
Abilene.
the
Well, I
answer
would
is,
think-
answer is if this thing starts moving further down the road, we're gonna start reaching out to anyone and everyone we can to get information on this.
Well, I would think that'd be a pretty good source, even though it's a different situation a
And
little
aren't
bit.
they're just in the construction phase, correct? Yeah.
What I
One
understand about
one building
going to
up.
Abilene is
Have
that
they opened one?
One's completed and
Okay.
what I understand about them, they're building their own gas-powered electric plant there to supply.
But yeah, no, I mean, we're gonna be reaching out to anyone and everyone we can to get information.
Would they be considered as a reliable source of their opinion? You know, I'm saying, since they've had this evidently, around for some time, there's gotta be some type of public opinion in reference to whether they like it, they don't like it, whether the noise, the water, electricity, all those issues are being answered.
I think we're gonna have to see, their opinion is gonna be interesting, and to see what they, I think everyone's opinion is gonna be interesting, and what type of data center that is, and ultimately, if we get a data center, what type of data center we're gonna get, because, I don't know yet what kind, and the only thing that I think we can compare it to right now are other data centers that this developer has built, just because that's gonna be closer to apples and apples, but we don't know that yet because they haven't designed this one yet.
Could we be assured that that area down there would be canvassed in reference to what their opinions are?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, we can count on that.
I can speak to the Abilene data centers. There's one under construction now, and it's a done deal, it's closer to town. The one that's on the table now, and it's gonna happen. They moved north of Abilene and bought 5,300 acres out on the old Edgar Davis ranch, which belongs to a friend of mine. His father-in-law was Edgar Davis. They paid him $100 million for that land. And he's looking for ranches to buy out the 1031 exchange in case any of you got some of that. But they moved way out of town with that one.
Mm-hmm.
There's not hardly any, there'll be a few ranch homes out there, but it's out in the middle of what they call the Old Edgar Davis ranch. Just not near the town at all.
Yeah. Well, we had nothing to do with the location that they picked.
Well, I don't know, I just said that.
There's a couple of misconceptions that I wanted to clear up, and one of them is that we called these people and told them to come. We didn't do that. The other misconception is we're getting financial gain from this. They're not paying us anything for that. And then the third misconception is that we can control what you put on your land. We don't tell you whether you put cows or deer or anything else on your land. The local government does not control what you can put on your
No
land.
argument here, I understand all that.
Okay.
Nobody's accused you of it. Have they?
Not you, but somebody else is.
Read my Facebook page.
I know there's been a really good sweetheart deal cut on some of this,
Let me give you my account number. No, not really.
He's sitting at your table. There's been a really one good sweetheart deal cut on the surface waiver agreement out there. And you're probably one of the data center.
Anyone else? All right, thank you, appreciate that. All right, let's move to item number 4. Consider the county clerk meeting minutes from the previous meeting. Commissioner Wiley and Commissioner Craig gave me a couple of changes. On item number 1, we need to add that vouchers for fiscal year 2026 were $39,622.26, and of that, $33,941.34 was taken from the general fund. So we'll make that change. Item number 15, we need to, for action, we need to say that Commissioner Wiley made a motion to follow the advice given by the Texas Association of Counties and our attorneys, seconded by Scott Shook, Commissioner Shook, and motion was passed 5-0. Item number 18, we need to change the second to Commissioner Craig. And item number 28, the second needs to be changed to Commissioner Shook. Did I get all the changes?
Yes.
Okay, so with those changes made to the minutes, do we have a motion to accept the minutes as presented? We have a motion from Commissioner Wiley, a second from Commissioner Craig. Is there any discussion on the item? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. 4-0, excuse me, thank you. All right, we'll move to item number 5, consider the treasurer's financial report and updates on securities pledge. Treasurer Milo?
Okay, you should have received an email of the September financial report for your review and approval.
So the significance of that is we now have all of fiscal year 25 behind us, so we can officially start our audit, which is nice.
Well, he's working on 24.
I'm sorry, the 24 audit, I'm sorry. You're
Yes,
right.
he is, and he is, he's been sending meeting stuff, so he is working on it.
Gotcha, but then we can start the 25 audit right after
Yes,
that.
as soon as there's no delay.
Is there any, I know we all received that, did we all get a chance to review that report? Do we have a motion to accept?
So motion.
So we have a motion from Commissioner Wiley, we have a second from Commissioner Craig. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0. All right, item number 6, our favorite, the auditor's budget amendments and vouchers payable.
It's not had vouchers payable, we're still paying FY 25s. So I have a small run, so probably, hopefully not pay in November, we'll see what we
Okay.
get. For FY 25, the total is $25,628.28. And out of the general fund is $25,375.78.
Gotcha.
So moved.
Okay, motion from Commissioner Wiley and a second from Commissioner Craig. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0.
The FY 26, we're getting a lot of FY 26 bills in. Total is $233,431.74. And out of the general fund is $213,594.18.
Any big ones on there?
No, I think it's just all little ones here. We did make the payment to the city for the fire truck. So that was $155. That was the main big one that we did. Support report for $12,000, but everything else is just the
Do they
same.
have a big truck?
I think they have.
Okay. All right, do we have a fiscal year 26, do we have a motion?
Motion.
We have a motion from Commissioner Craig, do we have a second from Commissioner Shook? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0. All right, item number 7, discuss and consider the following items related to the Young County Arena, which authorizes Graham City Manager Eric Garrity to A, accept periodic donations from the following Texas Limited Liability Companies: L5 Excavation, Springtown, Texas; Texoma Foam, Graham, Texas, with such donations designated to defray the costs of security personnel for arena events, which include the sale and consumption of alcohol, noting that such donations are not expected to exceed $300 per event per sponsor. And B, negotiate and conclude the renewal of an annual janitorial service contract with Sierra Pugh, I hope I pronounced that correctly, in an amount not to exceed $30,000 for janitorial services at the arena. And C, declare the following arena assets as excess to requirements and offer same for sale at public auction. 1, various items of non-working kitchen equipment, including 2 ovens and a gas range. And 2, Bobcat brand leveler, serial number 648000530.
Judge, it's a pleasure to be back with the court this morning. I have a couple of things to hand out. This first packet has the draft contract for the janitorial services, a description of the kitchen equipment, and a picture of the leveler. On item A, we don't normally come back to the court for the donations, things of sponsorship that's in the lease agreement, but in this particular case, Judge, I just wanted to give the follow-up and give the Commissioners Court a highlight on that these donations, when they come in, will be specifically for that arena security during the alcohol events. That was a concern of both the city and the county was, can we take in enough? And this is gonna help us out there, and so we appreciate those 2 sponsors coming in to help us out with that. On item B, on the janitorial contract, this is a renewal. Sierra's done a really good job with this. We did negotiate a new price. It's in there in paragraph 4, $230 per trip if it's a big trip, and then we can also do a half trip for $115. So we think we're gonna save a little money on janitorial services with this new contract. And then finally, we continue to do our best to find these things out of the arena that are no longer being used and convert them
into cash through public auction. It will be a public auction. Any member of the public will be able to bid on any of this. It'll probably go up on one of the internet websites, and we'll announce that. Be happy to answer any questions on these three items.
How does that piece of equipment even work?
That's part of the problem. We originally had a Bobcat brand skid steer, and it is specifically configured to do that. We've since bought a different piece of equipment that's a little easier to use. This one is, it could be reconfigured, but we looked at it, we could turn this into, we're actually buying some upgrades to the existing implement that'll make it better, so we're hoping it'll come out zero sum. What we make on this will pay for the new upgrades to that piece of equipment.
So it hooks on the front of the Bobcat?
Yes.
It's level. I think everybody looks good.
Again, the arena board's done a fantastic job of turning that around. Do we have a motion to approve the three items that City Manager Garrity has presented? We have a motion from Alan Craig. Do we have a second? Second from Scott Shook. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. 4-0, I'm sorry. Stacy's here in spirit.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so this is item number 8, discuss and consider the Young County Arena financial report for the period ending September 30th, 2025, and to further authorize the Graham City Manager to delay remittance of payment due to Young County for monies related to the same.
This is the fourth quarter and end of fiscal year report for the Arena Commissioners Court. Year-to-date revenues total $630,004.66. Year-to-date expenses total $621,940.61, for an excess of revenues over expenses of $8,064.05. That gets into the credit that we talked about. We normally come to you, we usually have excess of expenses of revenues. We're asking for the credit. The second page gives you your reconciliation. The county in its budget for FY25 budgeted up to $125,000 in operational support for the arena. The arena only needed $74,772, which had the arena finishing $50,220 under budget for the year in terms of the subsidy versus the actual charges and invoices to the county. Looking at some of the specific line items and the revenues, I want to highlight the arena exceeded its rental revenue budget by 41%, $85,000 versus $120,000. The arena exceeded its arena meeting room budget by just over $1,000. The arena setup fees and deposits on $5,000 versus almost $9,000. Stall rental was $10,000 above budget, $150 versus $160. RV rental was up by $7,000 over our anticipated budget. Savings fees is a pass-through, but there was a positive on that of about $10,000 revenue versus expenses. And sponsorships were $14,300. I did want to emphasize the sponsorships. We had several sponsors that's on page 2, and I just wanted to mention them. Campbell Farm and Ranch at $5,000, Texon Metals at $3,000, Holiday Auto Group at $1,500, Zach Burkett at $1,500, Travis Tyler at $750, Calamus Cutting at $300, Cowboy Church of Young County at $750, Don's Butane at $750, Equicam at $750, Faith Community Church at $750, and Salt Creek Countryside Vet at $750. Looking at the expense side, we did get beat up a little bit on things like our janitorial supplies, small citizen equipment, and fuel, and also overtime. But the bottom line is the arena finished under budget. We budgeted for $669,300 in expenses. We wound up expending $621,941, which means the arena finished 7% under its anticipated budget. You see the recap there, the $8,000 in excess of revenues over expenses is split between the GEIC and the county. This agenda item, we're asking to retain that. That will help with the fund balance we're trying to build in the arena to allow them to have some working capital. As of September 30th, cash balance in the arena fund was $75,523. We have to answer any questions.
What are the projects that capital projects that y'all have planned for next year?
The main one that we're working on right now, Judge, is we've had really good success with renewing stalls out there, putting in mats and purchasing new stalls. What we're doing is we're focusing on that in the fall. We're gonna see exactly how much that costs. We think the number's gonna come down somewhere between, say, around $60,000 to $80,000. We budgeted $134,000 total in capital so far. Then the next thing that we're gonna go to is some of the implement stuff that we're gonna need to do. And Commissioner Wiley's helping me out. We may or may not need to replace one van. Those are kind of the big ones on our radar.
And then what type of events are the most profitable events for us to have out there?
The most profitable events are events like the reining and the cattleman's cutting and that type of thing. Remember now, with some of the youth events are completely free, like the livestock show, and then the other nonprofits get anywhere from a 25 to 50% discount, which is all in the fee schedule. So those events aren't quite as profitable as some of the main livestock events. But livestock events like that are the most profitable. We get the most RV rentals and we get the most stall rentals out of it.
When we concentrate on everything, it makes money right now. In order to do what we're doing in the stalls, we're trying to cut out labor parts on that and wear and tear on our machine.
And to Commissioner Wiley's point, if you look on the first page of the revenue, the arena self-generated $480,000 in revenue this year. Of that $630,000 total, $480,000 was self-generated from what you just described.
All right, do we have a motion to accept Mr. Garrity's financial report? We have a motion from Commissioner Craig. Do we have a second? Second from Commissioner Wiley. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0. You only have to tell me 5 times. All right, item number 9, discuss and consider displaying the Hart Gallery portrait exhibit in the courthouse lobby for the month of November to promote Child Adoption Month, build community awareness, and to strengthen support for families before and after adoption. So, I don't think Isabel Smith is here, but I'm going to read what she sent me. The Hart Galleries across Texas are part of a statewide initiative led by the UT Social Work at the University of Texas in Austin and the Texas Center for Child and Family Studies in partnership with the First Lady of Texas, Cecilia Abbott, the Governor's Commission for Women, and the Department of Family and Protective Services. Together, these partners are building community awareness and strengthening support for families before and after adoption. The Hart Gallery of Northwest Texas is proud to launch a powerful new portrait exhibit highlighting children in foster care who are seeking adoption. The Hart Gallery uses professional photography to capture each child's spirit and story, helping the public to see beyond the statistics to the individuality and hope of every young person. The Hart Gallery exhibit invites people each day to pause, reflect, and consider how they can help children find permanent connections through adoption, volunteering, or spreading awareness. A great example of just one way a community can get involved is by what the city of Wichita Falls is doing. Their regional airport is hosting a ribbon cutting and a proclamation of support on October 23rd for Adoption Month, starting in November. Travelers passing through the Wichita Falls Regional Airport will now be greeted by more than just the sights and sounds of takeoff. They will see the faces of Texas children in foster care who are waiting for a permanent place to call home. Our local county child welfare board is inviting you to be a part of this project and will be reaching out to you about displaying the Hearts of Gallery exhibit, offering the citizens of Graham a glimpse into the lives of children who dream of finding permanent, loving homes. We'd be so grateful to the city of Graham if at the following locations, Young County Courthouse, Sierra Bank, Internet Lobbies, would display the Hearts of Galleries for the month of November. There are many ways to get involved and raise awareness. This is one small way your community can help our young youth find safe and loving foster homes. So they're asking that we put these portraits in our lobby for the full month of November. This is something that we've done in the past. And is there any questions regarding that? If not, I'll entertain a motion that we participate in the Hart Gallery Portrait Exhibit.
Make a motion.
We have a motion from Commissioner Shook. We have a second from Commissioner Wiley. Is there any discussion on the matter? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0. Item number 10, acknowledge local government officers' conflicts disclosure statements from the members of the Commissioners Court. We just entered a new fiscal year, so we're redoing this. Commissioner Shook, Commissioner Precinct 2 has Shook's Paint and Body Shop and Shook's Wrecker Service. I have Sierra Bank and Tapaderas Solar. Commissioner Wiley has Don's Butane, Alney Fuel and Supply, and Roy's Recycling, Alney LLC. Do we have a motion to acknowledge these conflicts? Motion from Commissioner Wiley. Do we have a second? Second from Commissioner Craig. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0.
Judge, would you entertain a question?
Yeah.
On your, where it says Tapaderas,
Mhm.
is that your mineral interest in that?
So yes, my conflict, and this is true with a lot of places in Young County, is that the Allard Company, which I own 8% of, owns minerals underneath a portion of the solar farm. And the Allard Company, who owns those minerals, sold a surface use agreement to them. And whether it gets built or not, they've agreed to waive, to exchange their rights to use the surface for oil and gas purposes. They've sold those rights to them. So that's my conflict. I don't own anything. I don't own Tapaderas. I'm not a partner in the solar farm. I don't have anything. I just my family happens to have some of the minerals underneath. All right, item number 11, discuss and consider resolution number 128, fiscal year 2026, regarding the Texas Department of Agricultural Texans Feeding Texans Home Delivered Meal Grant Program for Young County. This is the Alney Senior Cub Center, and I will read it. Resolution 128, a resolution of the County of Young, Texas, certifying that the county has made a grant to Young County Alney Senior Cub Center, an organization that provides home-delivered meals to homebound persons in the county who are elderly and/or have a disability, and certifying that the county has approved the organization's accounting system or fiscal agent. Whereas the organization desires to apply for grant funds from the Texas Department of Agriculture to supplement and extend existing services for homebound persons in the county who are elderly and/or have a disability pursuant to the Home Delivered Meal Grant Program. And whereas the program rules require that the county in which an organization is providing home delivered meal services to make a grant to the organization in order for the organization to be eligible to receive program grant funds. And whereas the program rules require the county to approve the organization's accounting system or fiscal agent in order for the organization to be eligible to receive program grant funds. And be it resolved by the county, Section 1, the county hereby certifies that it has made a grant to the organization in the amount of $350 to be used between October 1, 2025 and September 30th, 2026. The county hereby certifies that the organization provides home-delivered meals to the homebound persons in the county who are elderly and have a disability. The county hereby certifies that it has approved the organization's accounting system or fiscal agent, which meets financial management system requirements as set forth in the Texas Grant Management Standards I'm going to mispronounce this word, promulgated, that's a word I'm not familiar with, by the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts, introduced, read, and passed by the affirmative vote of the county on this 27th day of October 2025. We have a motion to accept this so that they can obtain their state grant funding. All right, we have a motion from Commissioner Craig. Do we have a second? We have a second from Commissioner Wiley. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0. All right, we're gonna do the same thing in ground. Item number 12, discuss and consider resolution number 129, fiscal year 2026, regarding the Texas Department of Agriculture, Texas Feeding Texans Home Delivered Meal Grant Program for Young County Senior Citizens Association. Would you like me to read that again, or are we comfortable that it says exactly the same thing? Okay, so do we have a motion to approve grant resolution 129 that's in your packet? We have a motion from Commissioner Wiley, we have a second from Commissioner Shook. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0. Thank you for allowing me not to read that again. I'm running out of voice. Item number 13, discuss and consider an application permit to install entry culvert in county road right-of-way ditch line on JK Road, presented by Commissioner Wiley.
We had a new family moving in over there, and they needed culvert in the right of way in order to get it back and forth to their home. Everything is in good shape. I'll make a motion to accept it.
Okay?
Second.
Motion from Commissioner Wiley and a second from Commissioner Craig. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0. All right, item number 14, discuss and consider permission from Mark McClellan to store dirt at his place on Rushing Road, presented by Commissioner Wiley.
Working on Rushing Road over there, it's cut through road goes between Ollie Road and Garden Ranch Road. And it's been a spot there that has nothing but what we call sugar sand. Can't do anything with sugar sand, so we got all the sugar sand out there, and put it on his land, stored it, so we can make that road a more durable road.
So he's just volunteering his place as a way station as you're working on it? Okay. And you're making a motion?
Yes, sir.
Do we have a second to Commissioner Wiley's motion? We have a second from Commissioner Craig. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0. All right. Maybe the second biggest hot topic in Young County, discuss and consider burn restrictions. Is there any reason to lift the burn ban? I know we got some rain this weekend.
Not enough.
No?
Not enough, no.
Jared?
Yeah, so, starting tomorrow and Wednesday, we're supposed to have 20 to 30 mile an hour sustained winds with gusts up to 45. So any moisture we have now will be burned off by Wednesday, and the fire threat will be back.
Okay.
I say we keep it in place.
Well, I think that's the consensus for most of the volunteer fire chiefs, but, no action?
No action.
We have a motion to adjourn.
We'll move.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Where are you at on 1769? You're on 1769? Yes,
I didn't worry about that.
So you're seeing, we've got batteries.
Where to sign in.